Many people. So, yeah. You guys mind we say a quick prayer?
Yep.
Okay, Father God, in the name of Jesus, we pray that we just want to say thank you, first of all, for gathering us here today, giving us willful hearts to do what is best for Liberia. We pray that we'll put this country forward and we do what is best to revamp the education system and give it what it used to have and even more. We just pray you come into this meeting, give us understanding, let us be able to work together as a team for the betterment of Liberia and the children and their education. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Oh, okay. All right. So I want to introduce Kobalagai. She's on the call right now. She can't stay too long. She's a seasoned, when I do say seasoned, I mean seasoned educator. She's worked the last few years out in Dubai, helping to revamp their education system. So Kobalagai, tell us hello, say something about yourself, please, so we can begin.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Let's see. Yes, I spent the past 11 years working abroad. I grew up in the US. My last position was curriculum, head of curriculum for the UAE early childhood through grade 4. So we put together their curriculum, teacher training, liaising with ministries, et cetera. I met Dr. Kula through some work we were doing in Liberia. I have an early childhood company. That's my logo you see there, focusing on literacy. And I just would love to support whatever it is that we're trying to do here.
Okay. Yeah. And then we'll quickly go. This is awesome. I mean, she's really, really good. So let's quickly go around the room. Everybody just give a line about yourself so we'll know who's on the call. And then we'll take it from there.
Okay, I'm Charles Howard. I'm an IT cybersecurity engineer. I do come also from a background of training, teaching, and community development in Liberia. I was born and raised in Liberia, Pinsville City to be exact. So you go to Pinsville.
And that's very warped.
That's also of us right there. And I'm excited to be here. I live in the United States and I have my company called Datacharlie. It's an IT company. We function worldwide. We have establishment in Ghana, Freetown, Liberia, Kigali, and Kampala. So far, so good.
Right. My name is Maxon Pakio, an educator, of course, an author, and also an activist advocating for social justice, and I'm based in the United Kingdom. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon from my end. This is Perkins. Perkins Boy is my name. I'm a communicator in communications and media studies. I am as well an activist. Currently serves as the president for the UL Association of Students with Disability. And since this has been a project or an initiative to actually support education, Max and myself shared it and then invited me over to see whether we could make some contribution in our regards and to also elevate the voices of students with disability in this formulation process. So thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Rolita Marsh. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm driving on my way to work, but I'm an educator, pastor, community leader. I live in the U.S., work with students with disabilities as well as regular education students. Teacher, leader, trainer, work with teachers on instructional strategies in the classroom and curriculum standards.
Awesome. Next person.
Yeah.
Have we all talked?
Can we talk, people? We have not heard from we heard from Max Roletti.
Rolita.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
That's
Rolita.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for my cross eye.
That's
Yeah, I think
all right.
so far we heard from Perkins Boy. So far. The reason why I think we ate because I'm signed in twice from my main control computer.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
for me,
go ahead.
my name is Emmanuel Williams, and I'm from China. I'm a student in China. I'm studying, and yes, that's I'm Emmanuel Williams, and I'm in China. I think that's it.
Emmanuel, I don't see you though.
Huh?
You kind of invisible.
Oh, you got the iPhone?
Yeah,
That's why I didn't know you were here.
So I think I might have the iPhone.
Oh,
This is Dr.
I'll
Kula.
change it
I
now.
don't know.
No, your name is up there.
My
your
name is,
up
oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So anybody else wants to just introduce themselves quickly? I know Corporal Liga has to go in a few minutes. I don't know if we can put the little, our little itinerary. Can you share a screen and put that up, or will we just look in the chat room?
Oh, you want me to share my screen? I can give you control though if you want to.
Right now I'm on my cell phone and I'm not, I can
Okay.
barely see anything on here, but that's okay. We just need to go over it very quickly so we can, so people can follow. But if we don't have it up, that's fine. I mean, it's in the chat room. I'm not sure if everybody has seen it.
Let me
In
see.
the WhatsApp chat?
Yeah, in the WhatsApp chat. You may not be privy
Anything
to it
that's
because you
been
came
posted
on.
before I joined, I can't
Right,
see.
you can't see, right?
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I'm not on my WhatsApp. I'm on my computer, so I don't
Hold
know
on,
if
let
I'll
me
be
see.
able to. Let me see here.
That's okay. What I'll do, I'll just grab it and put it back
Can
in
you
the
send it
chat.
to me?
No, I'm trying to find it. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so because the new people who came to the Corporal Guy may not know. So we did our Diaspora Summit last Saturday. And from that summit, we went into breakout sessions. And from that breakout session, each of us are now working to see the best that we can do to help Liberia. So the purpose of this call this morning is to see what we as educators living in the diaspora and even some living at home can do to aid the educational process in Liberia. Because as we all know, we're at a place where things are not going well. The children really are having a hard time with reading, a lot of difficulties. Technology is an issue. Students with disability are having issues because the schools don't have any ramps. There's no way to get the kids up and down the stairs. So our goal today is to sit, reason together, and try to figure out the way forward. Now, I just reposted the discussion, the agenda that we're discussing this morning in the chat. And the first thing that we have is the education fund setup. So we agreed as a team that we wanted to set up a fund. The goal of this fund will be able to have money to use on education, money to revamp the education system so you don't need to go to government. Government doesn't have the money, and even if they did, they're not giving it to us. Let's just keep it real. So the only way for us to bypass all of this is to do what many countries have done. Even Ethiopia and some other places, they're notorious for having these funds. As a matter of fact, I've got a few people headed to Ethiopia pretty soon who are going to study how they were able to do their overall fund for their country, right? Because they have a very good model out of all of the countries. I hear Ethiopia's model is one of the best. So we got a couple of people who are headed that way. In the next couple of weeks, that's going to study to see how we can do the same thing for Liberia. But in the interim, in the chat room, I had asked that anybody who had time, if we could contact some places that do funds and find out what it would take to set up such a fund. And the way this education fund would run is we would get an outside group, an outside source to govern the fund. So we are not in it because as Liberians, we don't trust each other. Let's just say, call a spade a spade. Yep. There's no trust there because many things have happened. I'm very trusting of people, and I know I'm very trustworthy as well. So until we've earned the people's trust, even as we're starting this small group trying to do this, we got to earn their trust, right? So until that time, we're gonna have to have an outside source over the fund. So let's say I, as a person decide, okay, every month I'm going to give $20, or every month I'm going to give $100, or I may just do a blanket $1,000 for the year and say, this is my thing. Let's think about it for a second. We had $1 million giving, 1 million Liberian people giving $1,000 total. That's a huge sum of money that we can use to revamp. Not saying we're going to get that kind of large cash, but there are some people who have contacted me who said, we really need to do something for Liberia. Maybe we should put money in and do this and do that, every month, blah, blah, blah. I do it for St. Jude's. I do it for Compassion America, all those different groups. Every month I just be dishing out money, right? So I can dish it out for my own country. I'm just saying. So the goal of this one would be for people, not just us. We would give probably the seed money, but then we send out, we would have to do some serious work, with online and all those different things, send it out to a lot of people and putting what the cause is and allowing people to give. We can raise this money but we have to put it out there so people can give and people can understand that we're not controlling it. We're not stealing your money. You know, I don't need anybody's cash. We just want to do something for Liberia. We called this year, we said this was the year of the diaspora. With this being the year of the diaspora, this is the year that the diaspora steps up to the plate. And instead of complaining, we come back and we say we're going to help. We don't need government to do this. We in private sector can do it for ourselves. We can do it for our kids in Liberia. We do it for our country. So that is the goal of this endowment fund, is to be able to have monies that we can go and build ramps, you know, for handicap ramps in the schools. We can use it to revamp the curriculum, to get someone to rewrite the standards, which within our group alone, Rolita is here, I'm here, Corporal Lagai is here. There was another lady, Miss Taylor, she didn't come on today. She's working on her doctorate, young girl raised in America. I think you guys remember her speaking. All of us are people who are well-versed in curriculum, we're well-versed in teaching, you know, student teaching or teachers training, if you will. Dr. Aubrey Stevens, she's not on the line this morning, but she's well-versed and she's in Liberia. She's the, I believe, president of one of the schools, one of the colleges there. So the floor is open now for us to just discuss how we can do this. What are your thoughts? Who would be responsible for it? So let's talk, my people. Let's not be quiet this morning.
I guess because I'm new, I have questions. Has the group as a whole decided what the pillars are in terms of what the key things are that are what the drivers will be, so that when you do decide to go to people, they know exactly what this group is about? Because I've heard a couple of different things. So have those discussions happened?
Yeah, no. So when we met on Saturday was just a forum. It was a summit. So we were just talking, we threw out some ideas, don't get me wrong, here and there, but it wasn't really where we came together. Today is the day we're supposed to come together, come up with those drivers, what it is we're going to do. We talked about revamping the curriculum. We talked about some of the things I just mentioned, getting the handicap ramps, a few of those things. We talked about technology, the teachers training, all that good stuff. But today we want to put something down on paper, you know, as a group. Saturday was just talking, getting to know each other in our groups. Yeah. Good morning. Who just came on?
I think she went in. I think she walked into a building.
I think it's VAR. It's VAR.
Okay. All right. So let's try to get some of this information down now. What are we looking at?
So I think like you said, Dr. Kola, one of the first things is that to look at the issue of our disabled brothers and sisters. Let's target that aspect to help them have access.
Hold on, let me tell her she's on. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. I think we can hear you, madam.
No, that's not me.
That's how you. Oh,
that's not me. That's Rolita. Yeah.
Oh, Rolita. Okay. Oh, wow. She's working on a Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought only we did that.
so we, like, for example, we can list them now. You know, revamping or creating easy access for our disabled brothers and sisters, teacher training, curriculum revamping and redesigning, development, or technology integration or establishment. We can list them.
You're going fast, so I'm writing this thing down. Let's go back. Creating easy access for our disabled.
Teacher training.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Which will include, you know, then technology.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Critical. Then I would talk about something else. I'll just
the curriculum. We talked about
the curriculum.
We also talk about coming up with the proper standards for each grade level. We talked about that a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. And anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to comment. Thank you very much, Charles. What I want to interject here is this: with respect to the easy access to you know, for students with disability. You know, there are a lot of high school or junior high school or, you know, elementary levels as well that I can say visually many of them are empty because of lack of access. Right. I think on that level, what I would suggest is that we engage the institution instead of us going there with this project that we want to transform your institution. We engage them on behalf of students, you know, at every school or so, or through the Ministry of Education, and tell them that, look, you need to improve. Now, teachers, let's say schools classes are already running. But what I normally, and I know Perkins will share a little bit, like I said the last time, demanding, I can say demanding the school authorities to make sure that, first, let's start up that classes or lectures should be done downstairs instead of upstairs, when you have no lift, no escalator, nothing there, and you're forcing these students to go upstairs. How do you expect them to attend classes? So let's first tackle that, even by virtue of writing the Ministry of Education, so that they can enforce it, bring the classes down for them. Then also ask them about the run. Like if you go at like the picture I showed you the last time, which Perkins we attest to. I mean, then we can tell them, now look, you need to improve this. You need to build ramp here for wheelchairs users and even people that are using walking stick. Once we tackle that through that means, through communication, then I want to side with like all of what we said the last time. Teacher training is the key point here. If we don't tackle teacher trainings in Liberia, education is still going to be like what Madam Ellen Johnson said, a mess.
So Brother Mike's, yeah, what we're doing right now is listing our key target
Right,
points.
our key, yeah, not necessarily.
Next time we'll go in the strategy now, or the steps in which we will attack each of those things. We want to identify what we want to target. We will, if we say we're going to target these 5, 6, 7 things, then next we want to identify we want to identify the costs of attacking those things. Yeah. And the next one will be, how do we raise the funds to attack those things? Then we we'll go down the details like that. So let's list the things that we want to attack first.
Yeah. All right, got you. Okay, I'm with you with that. Yeah, teacher training, accessibility for students with disability.
Teachers train. Okay, let me go over the list quickly, right?
Welfare. Yeah, teachers welfare as well.
Yeah, it's all part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so far we said creating easy access for the disabled, curriculum revamping, teachers training, technology, and coming up with proper standards for the grade levels. Anybody else, Kobo, like I want to chime in? Anything else you can think of?
Davidson has his hand up, Doc.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome.
Good morning.
All right. This is Davidson. I'm in a note phase that you can see me right now. So I'm just gonna speak over the video. So I just I listened to Charles read the list then, and then I just recall that when we were having the meeting the other time, a fellow from the Ministry of Education talked about making some sort of data that's going to inform us on really how to proceed with this. Then I wanna put that as number one on the agenda, because it is those data and those assessment that's gonna sort of like give us an overview of some of the things that we we need to put together to achieve all our goals that we're going to be set out.
Okay, can I be blatantly honest? Yeah, can I be blatantly honest with you guys? When we're talking here, you guys really need to take the government out of this. That paperwork, let me just tell you, that paperwork that was promised to us, I have already gone back to the diaspora office and told them, look, the guy said on the call, because Minister Anthony is from the diaspora office, he was also on the call that day, and he heard him say, I said, remember the guy said on the call, he was going to do da-da-da-da. Nat Daniel, who works down there, said, we already spoke to him. He said he was going to get it. It's been a week. I have not seen anything. I like to be realistic. I want us to proceed as though we don't have any of that yet. I'm just saying, right? Because I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah.
So moving forward, I like to suggest that, if that can be first on our agenda, then we can pinpoint, or we can ask for sort of volunteers that can help us do. We need some sort of baseline that we can build on. Without baseline, all this is we're saying is not gonna be very effective, and all the good effort is just gonna blow it away. So if that fellow is acting very, if he's not readily available, we can delegate some people that can help conduct some sort of basic baseline assessments. Put into consideration all the things that we've atomized to implement in this education sector.
So that's all part of the listing of the activity we want to do.
Right, we're just listing activities of what we want to do.
Activity today. We'll come back and look at the details, how we go about those things on the list.
Yeah, because truth be told, I'll be honest with you, the things that he is supposed to be sending us from that ministry should already be on their website. But the information about students with disability, the number of schools that have access or don't have access, none of that is on the website. But let's be honest, it is supposed to be on the website. Because even me, when I went out to get the curriculum, I have the curriculum for some of the grade levels in Liberia, but when I did the research to do it, that was a headache because at that time, everything wasn't where it needed to be. But eventually I found some stuff, right? So again, let's just do what we can do. We'll come back. Anything that involves the government, let's not bring it here because it's going to take us a minute to get. So we list out what we really want to do, what the fund would address. And then while we're doing, let's work simultaneously. Then we will put a team together like yourself, who's on ground, who can maybe physically go to the ministry, right, and request this stuff. Because we're not going to get it by calling over the phone, any of that stuff. And so that's just, it's going to be, it's hard, man. It's hard. So, but we'll put a team together.
It's crazy.
It is.
I mean, it's very crazy. I know that it's very crazy. But, I also believe that our single efforts, all these efforts we're going to put together, will also help to shape on and strengthen government's operations and especially that ministry called Minister of Education. So even though we some sort of, I don't really know how you put it, some sort of despise them, but I think they need our help also. Some of these dudes that are there don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So we can find ways on how we can drive them along while we achieve our goal.
Yes. So we'll just work simultaneously because we know how it is.
So Doug, what do we have?
So far, creating easy access for our disabled students, curriculum revamping, teachers, training, technology, implementing technology in the classrooms, in the schools, in the library, overall technology, right? And then coming up with proper standards for grade level. I know the minister that was on with us, he also mentioned, having teachers incentive. As much as I love the teachers incentive, and I do, but I don't know if that should be one of our main targets right now. We're already giving them the training that they need. Those incentives, we're not going to be able to raise that kind of money right now because he's talking about paying their rent when they go to teach in the areas where they don't live. So if I'm going to go teach in Lofa or any of those places, then the ministry will provide me room and board. I get that, and that's cool and everything. I'm just going to put teachers' benefits, right? I'm not going to put specifically that. I think we just keep the teachers' benefits, whether it be a signing bonus or whatever it is. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, and then of course I've got getting the data. That would be our top priority. We're going to try, but that could mean anything. I'm just leaving it here on our list. But the teacher incentives is very good, and we don't have to say specifically what that teacher's incentive is at this moment. So now, that being said, because the first thing on our list is setting up this education fund and who will be responsible. I've already called one place and they're going to send me the information this week. Once I receive it, I'm going to share it with the group, right? Will anybody else have an opportunity? Does anybody else invest already in something and you want to use your investment group or anything like that? Then the floor is open so we can have a couple of places that we're going. So for the fund, I talked to a place called Edelman. They had done some work for my church, setting up their little fund. So I said, well, let me just call these guys and see what's up. And I gave them information, what we want to do, blah, blah, blah. Only problem I had with them is they said, this fund will not be set up in a specific company's name. Let's say we gave this group a name. It would be set up in individuals. So you pick some individuals from your team who would be set up on this. And I said, I don't know if we want to go that route. And I don't know if there are funds like this that could be set up in the company's name, or they need specific names of some of us in the group, to say, okay, we put our name on the paper. So those are the things that he's supposed to send me this week so we can get more information. So again, if anybody else can go out and say they're going to do this and get some information, that'd be great. So any takers, anybody that wants to help with finding the fund information, let me know so I can put your name down.
Can I comment?
Yes.
This is Max.
Yeah.
With respect to companies, I think we need to ask more questions, especially a lot of companies are, having these offshore accounts. We sometimes end up, to be really, really bad if you happen to fall inside. If it is a church, like what you just said, that that will be able to manage it even they themselves as well with respect to their account.
No, it's not a church.
Okay.
No, I said my church use this company. My church has a fund, but my church does not control the fund. The company controls the fund. Yeah.
My understanding here is that if we do, then instead of them taking it as a whole on, then if you are a member of that or you're a shareholder there, then you go there, you carry this as a separate, company or what?
No, what I'm saying, for example, this group that we've established, right? We eventually going to have to give this group a name. We're probably going to have to register to do something, because if you're going to have a 501c or anything like that to try to get funds, we will register as, let's say, the Liberian Education Endowment Fund. Let's just give it a name for now. Say that was our name, right? Now we go to Edelman and we say, okay, we want to open up a fund that's going to help education in our country. We want you guys to open it for us. What he was saying to me is his boss told him that with their company, with their endowment funds or anything like that, they don't use the company's name. They will put the company's name on there, but the fund will actually be in individual people's names. And I said, well, I don't know if I like that idea. I want it, if we do it, it should just be strictly in the company's name. Right. So because nobody is in charge, nobody here, you know what I'm saying? Even though I understand what he's saying, but he said he's going to do more research to see if there is any of the other funds that will allow us to just register in maybe the Liberian Endowment Fund or whatever it is we're going to call this group. But this group, eventually we will have to register the group. Once we come together, we know exactly what we're doing. Then we say, okay, let's go ahead and register this group. Then we want to use that group's name, not specifically our names. You see what I'm saying? Our individual names. We want to do it in this group's name.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Then in that case, Clarity, I think the best thing we could do, or as quickly as possible, develop a constitution, bylaws, and then register the company, and and
and that's fine, but you're missing the point. What I'm saying is whether the company, it's not about the company being registered. This particular fund has to be done in an individual's name, not a company's name. So that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for more information to come that I can share with the group, because we don't want it in the individual name. We want it to be registered in the company's name. So regardless, we know we're going to open it up, but I'm saying already he's saying it has to be individual names, and we don't want that. So we'll keep researching to see which endowment fund can be opened up in the company's name. You see what I'm saying? So we'll keep doing research. Yeah.
Well, can I share something? Can I share something quickly?
Yes.
Dr. Kula?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Charles. First off, how are we gonna generate the funds in the first place? And if we're generating the funds, who is the fund going to be? Who's going to be in charge of the funds that is going to be raised in the first place?
That's the company.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So the company, we're getting an outside company to manage the fund, so that we're not in charge of it, right? No. The company is in charge. When the group needs, let's just say we had a project where we're revamping the curriculum, we now must do paperwork. It's like there's because we don't want anybody like Bert to say we're stealing their money. You must have a bona fide company over it. That's what Endelman is, a bona fide company, that will be over the fund. When we need something, you got to have several of our members, signature, right? Whatever paperwork they'll give us to fill out. We fill out the paperwork, we sign it, several people sign it. So it can't be one person that just go behind our backs and go and collect the money. It can never happen. It will have to be at least 3 to 4 people. I said on the board here, PTA, nobody can get any money for our PTA account. It's managed by someone. And when we need it, we do proper paperwork, and you got to have 2 or more signatures from people in the group before we can take our monies. It will be set up some way like that. So nobody is in charge. None of us will be in charge of that. An outside company here in the US will be in charge of that. Is how we're trying to do it.
So Perkins has his hands up.
Yes.
Thanks again for the discussion, most especially when it comes to it's a whole stuff. When it comes to the discussion about the fund, because we are I run my original issue that about registration. So I do it, and of course you saying the institution now wants to initiate this fund drive and all those things, and yet it does not have to be registered fresh before initiating that. And you want to talk to company. But I actually been doing something with ULAS, that is the UL Association of Students with Disability, and I just wanted to like put it in the chat there, but then let me see something I did here. Okay, so I just wanted to put it in the chat because we kind of settle open a fund drive here, so have people donating because okay, I think I have it already here. If you click on it, it's going to carry straight. They call the company Global Giving, and
Yeah, well, I know that.
Yeah, Global Giving. So if you click on the link I just shared in the WhatsApp in the chat there, you're going to see the page that was opened, and quite recently we like trying to reach about. So I don't know whether it is in this format that the people are talking about.
No, we're not talking about donation.
No,
we're talking about who will manage the funds from.
Yes.
Funds from donation.
Yes.
Let's say everyone up what in. It's like a bank, but it's a different kind of bank.
There you go.
That's
right.
what we're doing.
Because what you guys are doing, that fund you're explaining right now, you guys are over that. So if the money one day disappears, all the fingers will be pointed at you. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys open that. What we're trying to do, many countries have done it, is an overall. Because what you're going to do after we establish this fund, right? And the accounts are open, all this stuff is going good. So I think Dr. Davidson asked the question of how we'll get the funds. What we would do, each of us will put in money. So let's just say, I say every month I'm going to put $20. And somebody else say, okay, I will put 10. Somebody else say, I'll put 5. It's where your hand can reach. You open it up, they create a link. Social media will be your best platform. We now begin to send it out to every librarian group that we know. And and in there, they will read what we're doing with the money, blah, 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 blah. People begin to give, whether it's on a monthly basis, whether it's a one-time flat payment, it doesn't matter. The goal is we can reach 100,000 librarian people who would give. We can reach 1 million people who would give. Because right now, a lot of the fundraisers we do is on a smaller scale. This we're talking about, this is not a small scale. This is actually an endowment fund that's going to raise enough money that can revamp the education system in Liberia. It is no easy feat. So this must go through some bona fide banking type system, right? That will cover us, because nobody's going to come back here and say, I took their money or you took their money. It is going through a group like this that will be set up. Once it's done, we will create our own little invite. We put the link there and we begin to send it out. To answer Dr. Davidson's question, you send it out to every library organization, EULA, this one, that one, individual people. We go on the air. We will talk on Focus on Liberia. We'll talk on Spoon TV. We talk on all of the programs, letting people know that Liberians for the first time has come together in the diaspora or wherever it is to try to raise money to help the education system in Liberia. Trust and believe, people will give. The problem you have is if we just go there and say we're doing it, librarians are not trusted because they've been burned so many times. This is why you have an endowment fund like this. So you know we're not in charge of this. These people are. This is a bona fide company that is running our fund. They make sure we get the monies we need. They make sure we do the project, and we come back and we say, this is what we use the money for. So we are all being held accountable when we take the money. It's not just, we took the money and we didn't do anything with it, or we took the money, which is why it's not running through government. Because if you put it through government, Ministry of Finance, you have to come and take their cut. This, you know what I'm saying? They have to take monies out because their fees and whatever else they do there. But because it is like a 501c type funding kind of thing, there's paperwork involved, things we have to fill out to make sure the monies are spent the way we say the monies are spent. You see what I'm saying? So right now, we need to have at least 2 or 3 companies that we can vet that is capable of running the fund. I only researched one, which is Edelman. Yes, go ahead.
Our sister hand, please. Her hand been up ever since.
Good morning. I just have a question though, or maybe it's a comment. And I agree with you, Dr. Kula. We need something that is trustworthy that we can use, especially as you stated earlier, with the trustworthiness amongst Liberians and the mismanagement of funds. Sorry, I'm at work. But how is there something that we can show the people to see what we've done, or maybe there's something that we need to show to see what has happened through this organization or through this group? I know it's just starting, But there's something we got to show people they can see, okay, they've done something like this. I can give into it. Because you know how we are. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see what you all have done. Maybe the funding can come or giving can come through personal friends and family. But what about corporations that we want to reach out to? Churches we want to reach out to that. I mean, is there something that somebody can say, okay, you know, maybe we should start doing something on a very low level.
Right.
You know, basic level to say these are things that we're doing in the country. I don't know what we can do, but there's some maybe school supplies, start collecting school supplies and sending. Those are things, you know, simple that can happen to show pictures of the work, what is going on in Liberia through the script.
And what we could do, Alita, because that we need. What we could do, because we're coming together as a collective. So individually, many of us have done things like I do free teachers training. I have a program called Educate Liberia. I go there once a year, twice a year. We train teachers. We bring them from the village, pay money from our own pockets, put them up with a place to stay. We feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We teach and train them. Okay. And then we send them back. Where we send them back, we still turn around. We give them a per diem. We give them some money to take back when they leave. And then we expect them to implement it in the schools. So we're over 5 schools that we go to. We make sure the schools have supplies. Good morning. So we purchase the supplies with our own money. We go to the schools and we deliver those supplies. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we already, we have a website. We have all the information there that maybe Dr. Davidson might say, well, I'm here concentrating on technology. This is what I do in Liberia. Somebody else might do this. So collectively, we can show pictures and projects that we have done, right?
Yes.
And then implement something new that we can do. For example, when we go in December, I want us to do at least one project. So many people who are going in December already planning trips to go. When we get there, we already know, okay, we're going to do a needs assessment. We're going to X amount of schools while we're here. Maybe we divide up our team. So-and-so you go to Painesville. So-and-so you go to Mark Gibby County. So-and-so you go to Lo-Fi. Different people go to different places, right? And when we go, we bring supplies, we bring books, we bring all the different things. And then we will have those pictures, even more pictures than we do now, individually. Now we have it collectively. So I really believe, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about today, is having some project this year that we can do as a team. So maybe we concentrate this year on sending our fund out to people that we know and organizations that we know. And then by the time we get more pictures in, we get a website, all that stuff going, we can now send it to everybody. But I really believe we need to go ahead and register. We need to go ahead and get a website going. You know, start generating some information, start putting pictures. There are things that we want to do. Even we can even show pictures like the wheelchair. I think somebody was carrying somebody up in a wheelchair. We can show pictures on our side that these are the things that we're trying to stay away from. Because if you're carrying a child backwards like that on a wheelchair, another child is running down the stairs on the other side and accidentally pushes you or touches you, you and that child in the wheelchair are going to tumble down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? So we want to avoid all of those things. People will see that. The heart is something, you know, in November around Thanksgiving time, people will be giving. We can do a Giving Tuesday. We can do a lot of things to try to generate some funds. But for now, it will be us in this group and more educators. I'm going to talk to at least 5, 6, maybe even 10 more educators that can come to this group. You see what I'm saying? Because we need more people. But I think we should all talk to educators, bring them on board for our next week, let them hear what we're trying to do. But before we do that, I want us to at least have something down on paper that we have worked up and say, okay, this is what we're looking to do. Because people will come into the group, they want to know, like Corporal Guy came this morning. First thing she said, I'm new to the group. I just want to know, have you done this? So our group today is just to work on getting these things done. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we have those things up. Brother Mike, you have your hands up. You want to say something? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we haven't rested the case of the question as to who will manage the money. My question I want to ask is this: how many of us here, how many of you here, let me take myself out, that are either running a company or you have a share in a company that we can use?
Well, many of us are running companies or organizations. Yeah, I think many are doing
everybody
it.
just about. Yeah.
What Dr. Kula is saying is that she just wants us to go out and identify a group that is able to manage the funds. She has already spoken to one that she knows. So let us go out this week and research. If you've never done it before, fine. Those of us that know about it, we'll go out this week and find other groups. And then we come to our next meeting and we say, okay, these are the groups we have found, or we can put it in the chat during the week. She will kind of call them, or one of us will call them and we'll get all the information about them. So when we come back to the next meeting to save time, we say, okay, we spoke to these groups. These are their conditions. Then we make a decision which one we go with. Then we go from them. Because we all know the dynamics. So let's avoid the dynamics about how it will work, how it will not work. We first identify which group we will use. So let us go and find them.
Now that is set. Then we on course.
So our next item, we all know that.
Good.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. So we'll all be responsible for doing something this week, which would be trying to find this endowment and all this kind of stuff. And also I want to caution us, if we could all try to talk to at least 1 or 2 educators. So for our next meeting, we bring more people on board, even if they're not educators. We can bring people who are interested, because there are people who love education or just want to see it flourish in Liberia. So let's talk to some people and get some of them here. Then our third thing then becomes now fundraiser in the States to assist with the seed money. So the question was asked by Dr. Davidson, how we're going to get the money, right? So we could do an online drive, or we could all meet in one state and do something. We do it here in the US. We can also see the possibility if you guys in the UK or somewhere in Europe that want to do something. But right now with COVID is at bay right now. But I don't know if we want to waste money to fly to one state when we could take that money and put it in this for the flight. So what we could do, like the telethon they used to do on TV, like some nights when I'm up, that's how I give money to St. Jude's. You see them, they show pictures of children who are sick in the hospital, they have cancer, and then they say, oh, give to help this child get treatment, blah, 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 blah. We could do a telethon, an education telethon, because I've seen they do it in the African-American community as well, when they want to raise funds for certain things. We could do something similar to that, where it would be an online thing, just like we did with the summit. We sent out all this information. People will be excited. Liberia's finally doing something as a team. People just want to see us working together. So we put that out there, and we have a summit. We're not going to have breakout sessions, all of that. It's just going to be a full-out summit. Everybody comes together. We talk just like we're talking now on the Zoom, and we talk about the project. We talk about the things we want to do, blah, blah, blah. People can just be calling in, and we have a couple of people get some phones. People will call. I want to give X amount of dollars. They give their credit card information, or they can go online to the website, and we tell them, please do it now on the website. Blah, blah, blah. There's so much you can do. We could do it that way, or we just get a link, and we want to talk to our friends and family to see if they will give. We can do that as well. But I think doing a national telethon where people can come on and give would be very beneficial. It gives notoriety to the company, so that when we do approach other people that we want, like the different companies, corporations, to invest, and they say, well, what have you done? Well, this is what we did. This is one of the things. Then we can now go to a place like you say and ask them for a match. Okay, we can raise X amount of dollars. Will you say be able to be willing to match that? And you said works directly with the diaspora office in Liberia. So I can talk to Minister Anthony to see if he can talk to you, say that we're doing this new group because we want to aid education in Liberia. If we raise X amount of dollars, let's say we raise 100,000, will you say be willing to match it? You get what I'm saying? We could do something like that as well. So it just depends on how we want to proceed.
So my question would be, Doc, first my comment would be, we go through every outlet, or telethon, or email marketing, or donation tab on websites. All of us that have websites, we can put it on our websites. We can call our friends and direct them to that link to be able to make a donation. So let's attack every outlet that we can attack now. But my question will be, when that fund starts to come in, where is it going? Which account is it going to?
This endowment fund. That's what we need to see. We need to register we'll decide on the name today as soon as possible. And then the endowment fund gets set up. And that's where the money would go. We don't want to touch it. I don't want to be a part of none of that. I don't think we should touch it because exactly. We're trying to build some type of trustworthiness with our people, right? And so in doing that, let them see, what? These people set up their own endowment fund. Are they kidding me? Oh, so they're not trying to steal the money. You know what I'm saying? Because when people see this, now you're professional people, especially here in America, when they see these kind of funds, they know you mean business. They know you're not trying to steal their money. Because there's no way you can do it. The red tape, even us in our investment funds in America, what the red tape to get our money out is just ridiculous. Let's be honest. The red tape to get, even my own money, if I take it out, I have to pay 10%. If I take it out before a certain time. Everything here has some sort of red tape. So we need to just make sure people know, hey, we're not touching this money to do anything. There's a certain time of the year we will pull it out to do this project or that project. People will begin to build that trust with us. And then once we do the first big project and they see money's actually went to revamp something, oh, then you've sold them. But if we don't do it this way, it's going to be a problem. Nobody's going to want to give because they think we want to steal their money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask all of us too who know other organizations and individuals in our churches, in our communities who are philanthropics, who are especially interested in education, those who are interested in Africa and the developing world, they want to help. Let us start to put the names down. So when the time comes, we can just submit the names and then we can send out this information to them to ask them to help support our efforts.
And let me tell you, there's strength in numbers. I know we can go back to the Ministry of Education and say, oh, we want to set up this endowment fund. We need money to open it. You think they're going to give us the money? No. They will tell you the ministry itself is looking for money. I have an MOU with the ministry. I've been working with them for years. And a lot of things that I do, I'm over 5 schools in Liberia. There's no money. We do every single thing out of pocket. Because when they first started that project where they had different people over the schools, all the monies were exhausted. So now if you have a school like that More Than Me thing they was doing there, now you go and get your own funding from somewhere.
Wow.
Even, a lot of schools who were under that regime now either are no longer doing the program or some of them are just trying to keep afloat. So they even say now they're going to charge the kids tuition. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff that happens on ground. The people, like the guy who gave the presentation, he did a nice job giving the presentation. But a lot of that stuff that we see there, for me, is theory. Has not come to fruition. We have not seen it 100% in the schools, like he was saying. If a school is dilapidated, they can't just go and close down the school because where are they going to take the other kids? No child should have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? No child should worry about, I got to stay in this school, even though it has asbestos, even though the walls are falling down because there's no other school for me to go to. Come on now. So only the outside sources like us will have to come in and revamp. And this is our year. We are the diaspora. And I hope you guys know they just passed that, what's the thing to give us dual citizenship? It passed on the 19th, a couple of days ago. So a lot of people now are saying, let's go back, let's do this, let's do that. We need to be thinking along those lines. There'll be a lot of Liberians who are trying to go back, who will want to give to such a fund. But they always tell me, Dr. Kula, we're not giving our money unless it's managed outside. And I know because I've seen what happens when it's not managed outside. When it's managed by government or anybody else, it becomes an obstacle. So we have to find somebody to manage it. And we just have to look in that direction. Now, as far as us coming up with the money to register here, because to do a 501c here is about what, $800, $1,000. I don't know what state you guys are in, but in Georgia, I think it's like 8 something. And I usually pay a girl that does it for me. I pay $1,000. She does all of it, all the paperwork, everything. But it just depends. So if there were 10 of us on this call today, we each said we're going to give $100 to register as a 501c, which is a nonprofit. You get no taxes, you get this, you get that. When we want to order supplies, we are charged no taxes. If we want to do something like that, or if we want to do on a smaller scale and get the one that costs about $400 or $500, we can do that as well, just to start. And then maybe later on we get some funds, we can go up higher. Or we say, okay, we don't have that kind of money to give $100, we can give $20. But somebody on this call, we have to collect the money and set that up. And we have to come up with bylaws. We have to come up with so many things. Now, many of us already have companies, 501cs. I have about 3 or 4 501cs myself. I have sample bylaws that I can send to the group. You guys can read it. Or if anybody else has a sample bylaw, send it to the group. Let us read it. If it's something that we can use, we use it. We'll tweak it, of course, for what we're trying to do. But at least we'll have something. We'll need to register both in the US and in Liberia. I mean, we don't have to in Liberia, but I think we should, just to be on the safe side. So we could register here for starters. And once we start getting some money, we can use some of that money to register in Liberia. But at least the fund will be open and we do a website. We can get people on the call, all these technology people here. The website needs to be free because you guys can build it for us. So you build a website. Yeah, we can even have a link on the website that just takes you directly to where people can make, so something along those lines. And I know Dr. Davidson is here too. He's into technology. Dr. Davidson, you still with us?
I got you. I'm listening curiously.
Yes. So I think we set up the thing as a 501c. We get us a website. We begin to put the information there. This will take a little bit of work. But I know within 2 weeks' time we can get up because all of us here can assign ourselves some tasks to do. Then when we come back together, we have the information where, like I said, I will research some of these places where you can do an endowment fund. Somebody else can also do that. Some other people can look into what it would take to do a telethon. Somebody else can look into the marketing, the online marketing. You know, we can just divide our work. Somebody else can be responsible for the flyer. We can do the flyer that has a link on there where you can go to register. So we pass the flyers around to people. They can go and get the link and do what they need to do. So I think all of us in this group can do our part, even though there's not a lot of us on the call right now, but I know we can do it.
So
Can I ask you?
Yes,
Is it you yourself that taking notes?
Oh yeah, I am actually. I'm writing. Next time I won't write it. You need to get a secretary.
Okay, so we go in. So for the website aspect, I will build and design and host the website for free.
You see?
Wow. However long it is. So we can start working on that. Once I have all the content we need,
exactly,
I can have it up and running in 6-7 days.
Very good.
Yeah,
so,
I'll try to work along with Charles.
Yeah, Davidson. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay. And what I will do, Charles, I will send you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, man. I wanted to say something quickly before. I think I went on for a while and then I just got back here. And I heard one of our sisters talking about if we have got something to show to people before we start attracting their interest or some sort of their confidence in what we're doing. Well, I really don't know how you guys concluded on that, but I don't think that is a path that we should follow. And I kind of like key into what Dr. Kula said when she says, a lot of folks here are kind of like involved into different things that we're doing right now. That's enough to show to the people that, these guys made something. And apart other than that, I think the need to revamp the Liberian education systems itself is enough to, prove to people that these people really, they really want to do something. And I think, again, that's also where this assessment is going to come from. So the assessment, if we can conduct a baseline assessment, that becomes a foundation for through which we get to communicate to old people and say, well, because of these findings that we just discovered in the Ministry of Education, this is the reason why we go into this program in full scale. So I think a lot of people are going to like the idea very, very much.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, they will. They will.
So Dr. Kula, in addition to that, what I'm thinking is that, and I was thinking about it last night, every one of us got something doing in Liberia. How about, because we want to convince the rest of the Liberian people, how about us doing a small documentary? And the reason why I say that, like you said, is a picture speaks 1,000 words. Yeah, true. So I got a team on the ground. They are young guys.
Makes sense.
Young people.
Yeah.
They're young producers. All we can do is just get in the transportation, what have you, but I can direct them. And we can get Davidson and the other people in Liberia to work with them for us to do a small mini documentary.
Oh, for sure.
They will come around and to Davidson, to the other communities, to the schools that don't show the RAM issues, show the teachers' problems, everything we're talking about. We can put a documentary together. They can produce it, and we put that also on the website. And when we are appealing, we say, "This is what we're trying to attack. Look at it."
Yeah, exactly.
See that, like Sindhu does. They see it and then people say, oh no, this is serious. I got to help them.
You got to help them. Exactly. That's it.
So I got a team on the ground who can start doing a documentary for this whole process. We just need someone. I can manage that. I need someone who will be able to control the script. If it's a script that we need to write, let someone volunteer to lay out all what to be in the documentary. And then we'll give it to them. And Davis and the rest of the guys on the ground work with them to go around and shoot a documentary.
Okay, let me just preface by saying,
and if we add this, and sorry, Dr.
No, go ahead.
And if we add this to the data we're going to be getting from the field, so to those quantitative and qualitative data that we're going to be getting, it's going to blow people off. Like the data speak for itself, and the documentary will speak for itself.
And let me tell you, in that documentary, I've got some pictures of some of the schools that we are over. I will send you guys to my website. When we're done, I will put it in my website. You'll be like, oh my gosh. People are going to school in this building. Even the toilets, you should see them. Horrible. We had to do so much work in some of these schools. It's crazy. I'm telling you. And I've got some pictures of us delivering materials to the schools.
Yeah.
We can use some of those things as well. So we can give the documentary people some pictures that it can interject, because a documentary is just not all video. Some has pictures, and because seeing is believing, right? You put a picture up there that you hold for a second on the screen and you see that bathroom, you're like, oh my God, you gotta be joking. So it's that kind of stuff that we need to do. Now, I will preface it by saying, I don't know if you guys know, I also do films. I'm actually the one who shot the movie Providence, but I cannot do the script right now because I'm headed to Liberia. I'm doing a film festival in June for some African-American guys who are on ground. So I'm producing the film festival in June. So I know I won't have any time, but I can put together some of what we need to see, right? And send that your way, and then you just let them know this what we want to see on this documentary. Do this one, do that one, you know. So because it's very important that we show. And what I would like to see, which I don't know if we would do it on this one, after we show all these terrible things with the education system, is it not possible we could show a preschool and maybe one other school that's getting it right? You get what I'm saying? Because I also want I run a free preschool in Liberia. I pay the teachers from my pocket every month. The school is there, and you should see the classroom. I'll send you a picture in the group chat. It's set up just like a classroom here. We have different areas where the children can go and do activities. Let's show where we could be, right? If we do this thing right, we should have another school there that we can pick. We show that school too. This is where we could be. You know, the before and after. So we can put the before and after in. We show one picture of the school looking dilapidated, and we show the after what it could look like. And that could be one of the things that we put in the documentary, because I'm telling you, at the end of the day, seeing is believing. The only reason why I give as much money as I do to that cancer hospital for children is because I was up one night almost 20 years ago, and a commercial came on about St. Jude's Hospital. I saw children dying of cancer. My heart was broken. I was crying serious tears. I picked up that phone and I dialed that number. And since that time, I give righteousness to every project they send my way from St. Jude's, because seeing is believing. So we got to have a video. We got to have pictures to show people. Yes.
And data as well.
Yeah, there are lots of data. Yeah, a lot of data.
We're showing it. That's true. So we're moving.
Exactly. We're moving. Now here's our next thing.
I'm here now.
Yeah, we didn't want to keep y'all too long. So yeah, point number 4. In December, many of us are coming to Liberia already. We said we need to try to do some major thing. It will be a face-to-face meeting. It might be the first time that those of us who are there from the team will meet face-to-face, like on ground, right? So if we know we're coming to Liberia in December, why not put something together that we can do on behalf of this educational group? Whether it be, dialoguing with the teachers, because we said we're going to do a needs assessment, going out to the schools, talking to the students, talking to the teachers, talking to the administrators, and understanding what they need. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and when we go, we carry books. How long it would take? We can call scholastic books and breakfast and free books. We can do a lot of different things. Maybe we say we go to some schools, we donate some books. Maybe in this school, we donate for pre-K. This school, we donate for first or second grade. The next school, the high school, we donate some high school books. Whatever it is, we make some sizable donation, but not money, but, something tangible, books, materials, posters. Like in the elementary schools, they have no posters on the wall in some of these schools. Zero. They have no games, like, that the kids can play, no math games, no language arts games. Maybe we get a few boxes of those and we donate. You see what I'm saying? But then it would be set. I would get the newspapers and the TV to come. They'll do an article on our team, what we did in December in Liberia, going back and giving to the schools. So we're asking people to support based on what we're doing on ground as we speak, so that, we have something to attest to. Okay, this is what we're actually doing. Can you guys help us? Yeah. So something major in December, some drive or something. I don't know. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'd love to comment.
Yes.
I thought this was not part of the agenda. I was waiting for AOB. This is my thought. Because I remember even the piece of paper I wrote to Madam Ellen Johnson's Salif government then. What I suggested that in order for us to revamp the educational sector of Liberia, first of all, we should, or the government, or either at that time I mentioned the government. But if this group now, if we want to take on this, let us first involve the people. How do we involve the people on the ground? Let's call for let's call for a national conference on revamping the educational sector of Liberia. When we have, this national conference, teachers, the parents, the students, stakeholders, all come and be part of this. We have something on hand already. And then when we call them, we have workshops, whether that's 2 days or 3 days we're going to be there for, we have workshops. Ideas and ideas will come from there, and we party together. Now, during that national conference now, we would tell them, yeah, it is this group now that actually calling for this national conference, working together with the Ministry of Education. So once we have that national conference, we are bringing the people in. We're not just manufacturing, from the diaspora and going to just get it on the ground, boom, and we'll start working. But let's get them involved. The only way we can have them involved, if we are going December, instead of just going to pick up a few people and say, look, we'll come have discussion and say, let's do it on a national level. And then we can have where all the county education officers can all be represented there. And then we discuss things and they all are involved in it. And then we move forward.
Okay, can I interject for a second? No, I actually had a national conference on my list for us to do, but I want to be very honest with you. December is a very difficult time. You won't be able to get people to come to a 3-day conference. So that's why I was saying to go and meet them, do our needs assessment in December, and maybe do the conference sometime early next year. Or if we decide to do the conference in December this year, we probably only want to do 1 day. Your people don't like to work, let's be honest. And in December, by the time December the 10th has arrived, they think they're all on vacation for the Christmas break, for this, for that. So you don't get what you really need. You don't get the buy-in, the involvement that you really want. It's very difficult in December. I've tried many of these things and it's hard to do in December. Some of them need for the entire month. Some of them need for the entire month. Yes.
All right, I mean,
we do a 1 day.
The language you use now, that is fine. If we use in December that, like we're all going to be on the ground, we use it as perhaps to access and to also consult.
Right, exactly.
Key institutions and key individuals that this is what we're thinking on, and we even have a plan to have a national conference.
Exactly.
Then we can use December that time to do it, and then when we come back now, we start to plan for this national conference.
Yeah,
at which time, all the videos we're talking about now, at which time, once we get it on, those videos now we can use the billboards and things and promote in what we want to do during the national conference. I think we can use the December time instead of we'll just go there and meet. Even those that are going to meet, let's just have an engagement and say, this is what your people are thinking about, your children are thinking about, and we want to come and help. That's it. We want you on board.
But my sorry for this, but my own take is that like somebody said the other day, I think she's in Liberia. Let's be honest, people. I think we've had a lot of conferences, a lot of everything else. It's time to act. I'm not saying we can't do that, but we've had a lot of meetings. I myself been a lot of national conferences, national days, the diaspora. This is the first diaspora event I'm taking part in because there have always been just meetings and meeting. By the time certain few people in there get the accomplishment because they were using it as a launching pad to something. Once they get that, then the whole thing dies down. So I really hope that we can be careful. It's time for us to go in and say, listen, we're here. This is what we're doing. They will see what we're doing. Because we've had a lot of meetings, a lot of conferences all over the world, even in Liberia here and all. And everything just went zero. I think we're tired here about national conferences. That is just my take. I'm not saying no. I'm just giving my take on it.
Yeah.
My only concern is to get the people involved. Every segment of the society that deals, and every segment of the society on the ground deals with education. Even the older people, everybody will be represented at this. We can't just go, and we all get our ideas and we're all educated and we want to go back on it. But at the same time, we have to be mindful as well as to the people we're carrying our ideas to. Can we involve them, inculcate them as well into what we're doing? That's my idea.
No,
we can have.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying
it's going to happen
idea
anyway.
how we go.
Yeah, how we go about it. I think he's trying to say let's be realistic about how we go about it, because again, we know our people on ground. That's all. But he's not saying we shouldn't do it. We definitely will do it, because it's one of the things that I myself have been thinking about. I'm just thinking, like you were saying, in December, let's do our needs assessment, because this will be the first time our team is on ground together. Let's go to the different schools. Let's engage all of the stakeholders, right? And I can set up all those meetings from here. We engage the minister for the Ministry of Education. There's so many groups on ground that are doing things. It's remarkable. You'd be surprised. So we can engage some of those private sector groups as well. And then now, like you said, when we come back, we plan a major event for next year, like early next year. We could do February, whatever it is, but it would give us time to look at all the data we've collected from on ground, to look at it and say, okay, well, for this national conference, these are the 4 or 5 or 6 areas we want to tackle. You know, these are the speakers we want to bring to maybe talk on whatever. But really engaging the people in December will help drive what we do for that national conference. And then he's saying also, because most national conferences just go and talk. Because even the thing we did last Saturday, everybody said, y'all just come and talk again. I said, no, when we talk and we leave from there, we will have groups. And you see us today, we're actually here on an early Saturday morning for me. And I don't know where you guys are, but it's in different time zones. We got UK, we got China, all these people. We say, you know what? We're not let this thing die. We are going to do something about it. Minister Anthony actually told me, he said, Dr. Kula, I'm in your chat room with your educators. You people are moving too fast. I'm just going to wait for y'all. Let me catch up. So he was very pleased that we're moving fast, because the other groups, they're trying to have their meetings. We're the first group that's actually having this meeting, because we know how critical and crucial it is to get this educational system revamped. You see what I'm saying? So we're not going to just be talking. We'll move this thing forward.
Great.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello there. Hi, this is Bob.
Oh, Bob,
May
we hear
I?
from you now. Yes, please.
I
didn't know you were here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just listening. You know, I like to, you know, it's good when other people know better than you. You listen to them and take it in. There's two things I want to say. First of all, before we had the meeting on Saturday, I was actually praying, because Liberia's, you know, like many other people, it's on my mind. Sometimes I don't sleep just thinking about Liberia. And I actually prayed that morning. I said, God, I really wanted, because I just came back from Liberia and I was really disappointed. Like I almost didn't end my visit there. And when I came back, I said, God, I really want to help. And we want to contribute to helping Liberia, but I want to do it in a way that is very meaningful. I tell you, I prayed that specific prayer that morning. And then when I got up, I saw the link. Somebody put the link in another chat group for the Liberian Summit. I wasn't even thinking, and I clicked on it. I said, well, let me see what Liberian people talking, because all we do is talk. And I came to the place. And for me, I feel like it was an answer to my prayer that I prayed specifically that morning. And my husband and I would always have discussion about this endowment fund, and we always talk about how strength in numbers, how we can get, if we get all 300,000 people, do we have an account, and we decide what we would disseminate the funds. Blah, blah, blah. We've had this discussion many times. And just for me to sit out here this morning and hear you, Dr. Kula, saying those things that I've been dreaming about for years. I got goosebumps right now. So I just want for us to really take this seriously. And the second thing I want to say, because this is an answer prayer, it may be enough for me, but for other Liberian people, but specifically for me, that's like God answering my prayer right here. And then as far as like we all go into Liberia and you know, we talk about the national conversation, we can divide and conquer really. If we plan ourselves, those people that are going and say, hey, you meet with, you know, county representative, meet with CEO, meet with the education of it, meet with students, meet with this, meet with that, then all of us can, you know, we will still have that same effect of engaging the people. It's just that we'll be doing it individually. But at the same time, we will also be collecting the data so we can kill two birds with one stone by doing that. And then we'll come back and we'll plan and we'll do all the things that we'll do. I invited on the educational officer here, but he missed the time. He thought it was 8 p.m. and it's 8 a.m. But that's my uncle actually. He working like you were a teacher, taught at the university, and he was what's it called, a CEO, DO, whatever the thing. And he has a lot of he had a lot of fun. I mean, not fun, but really good ideas about revamping the system. And I'm hoping that he can join us again. But then he, you know, and share some ideas on what we can actually do when we go to Liberia as far as gathering information. because one of the things he was telling me about is about the teachers, because he was in Marquis County. I think that's where he was the DO. And he said when he went there was no data on nothing, on anything, on anybody. And he would ask for this one and nothing. You ask for this one and nothing. And he collected his own data.
Yeah.
And he said he was able to use that data to weed out unqualified teachers in the system. The one that needed help in getting qualified, he was able to, to use that to say, okay, I will bring these people back into the system, but gradually after they get some type of qualification. And a lot of fun things he would tell them about that education stuff. Somehow it went over my head because I'm not but yeah, so once I can bring him to the group, then when we're going to Liberia and collecting that data, he can, or somebody else who can say, okay, this is what exactly we should look for, because that's somebody who have hands-on in it.
Yeah.
That's
and we can have him to get DEOs from other areas. We can just have a DEO meeting. Let's say I'm in Monrovia and I say, okay, because every time I need to meet your uncle. Is he still the DEO in Mark Gibby?
No. He came back here. He came back to the States.
Because
he's still plugged in and connected, with people there and stuff.
Yes. Because
but he was there for 7 years. So
yeah. Marquis County is where I am with my free school, and it is tough. Do you know I paid the rent for my teachers because I had to go to town to find qualified teachers? I brought them back to Marquis County and rented a house. Can you imagine that I paid money for every month for them to stay in that house and teach my students? Can you imagine? Yes, it's not easy. To be on ground Liberia, your head will be tired. I'm not lying.
Yeah, it's
your
frustrating.
Head will be tired. Yeah,
it's frustrating.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. If we had schools with, if we had all our schools that have these boarding places, it would be okay. Also,
could I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, Davidson. I think I hear Davidson up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, Davidson.
Oh, his phone went off.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll keep talking until he come back. Yeah, but it's very, very important.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to since we can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can now.
All right. So sorry, man. Orange is already messing the country up at the moment. Already and emptying. So yeah, man, you spend your money, you can get your services correctly. I mean, they just ride the country like they're riding their own places, man. It's really crazy. I mean, Liberia's becoming like a hell of a place to stay. Gosh.
Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
It's true. Deal with this guy over here.
Go ahead, David. Yes. We'll fix that.
Anyway,
that was another story.
Well, since right, I like Charles, I want to take this very seriously because I mean this is my first time joining this this kind of a very wonderful community. I know there are a lot of brothers in the UK that will be joining later. So I take everything we discuss here very seriously, and since everything we're talking about here is going to be more like an action point for all of us. I don't think having a conference in December would be a bad idea, because a lot of people, a lot of these ministers, and a lot of these government officials, a lot of them travel to the counties to make their relatives. Some of them actually leave the country, while other good people come to the country. You know what I mean? So I don't think it would be a good idea to have a conference this December. However,
we said that already. Don't worry, we're not.
We said that already. However, we can use that to come to Mars. I'm not trying to override your suggestions. It's a very wonderful suggestion, but we're going to be more realistic and practical here. So how we could use that time to sort of expand our ideas, right? We can meet together, like for example, get to meet Dr. Kekula, Dr. Kula, get to meet Mr. Charles, and we all get to see each other in real life, and then they get to brainstorm from there.
You're late, right? We already discussed all of that. That's what we're doing in December. We're coming to meet.
That's what I would think. And then the idea can also flow from that angle where we see face to face.
Right, into next year.
And it becomes very real and become very serious now. And I'm very proud of the program.
Yeah. So I think you got knocked off the call. That's exactly what I said, that we should wait till next year. We should meet in December, get to know each other, do our needs assessment, everything on ground. And we know we'll be looking to you guys who are on ground to help us when we come, right? You guys put together where we should go, who we need to talk to, blah, blah, blah. So we rely on you guys heavily for that. And if I can give you any numbers for some people in the ministry, if I can help in any way with that, I will, because I've been working with them for a while and it's not easy. So I'll turn it over to you guys for engaging them on ground. Yes.
Yeah. Also, Dr. Kula, I mean, thinking about the mobilization aspect. We have our Liberians in Europe, the European community, in Asia, China, other places like that. Can we maybe, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out here on the floor, but can we also see how best we can organize in terms of the fundraising, where maybe we organize a day where they can all come together, either in a park or at a central location in Amsterdam or in, in other places, and just
even in London.
In London, and just
London
fundraise.
That's what I was saying.
Food, sell out Liberian things, bring all their friends to the park or to the in the area, and we raise funds.
You raise funds.
Because I think sometimes I think they get to feel left out.
All the time.
Every time we see diaspora,
all the time.
We only focus on people in America.
In America,
in other parts of the world. So maybe we can also, that will help a way to bring them in too. Because
sometimes you're always doing it.
We know, but let me tell you what, in our defense, like with this new group where we've started doing the Year of the Diaspora, I actually contacted every single group leader. Your UK person was Menza, your Australian person, which Mr. Aldridge, he was supposed to be on this call this morning. He didn't come. I will call him as soon as I'm finished. So, and then Canada had another guy, Leo Johnson. I took my time to find out, because I knew they were left out. So I called each and every one of them. I've been having discussions with them. So this time around, rest assured they will be on board. So I've already told all of them, in your own communities, you need to start doing stuff. The only person I had trouble finding who was in charge was China. There was one lady, I think her husband is the ambassador to China. She was the only one that we could get at the time. And they didn't really have like a federation or anything like that. So that was the only one I didn't have any access. But everybody else, we found one person in the community that's supposed to be overall. So in the UK is Mensa. So anybody in this call from UK, if you don't know Mensa, I will put you in touch with him, because he's what do they call it? The something of Europe. It's like a AFLAC. It's called AFLAC. That's the name of your association there.
European Federation.
There you go. Yes, it's called AFLAC. So I'll put you guys in touch.
The one in the UK, we call it Union of Liberian Associations.
Exactly. Yes.
But so Williams in China, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know who's in charge. You have an organization, because the only person.
Because for China, most of the Liberians we are all students. So we have a student union.
Right. Yeah, they don't have, because I tried, and I talked to we talked to the ambassador's wife, the Liberian ambassador to China. They don't have like an organization, but we will try to get them one. We can try to get one over there somehow. We figure it out. But yeah, so those are the things we need to do it everywhere. Even in America, even though we say we'll do the telethon in America, because we don't want to waste money traveling to all these different states. But even within our own individual states, what we could do, we get a day, one day set aside, that everywhere that one of our members is, we will have, let's say next Friday, we say, okay, all of us are going to do this thing. We'll all go to the park and have some event. So then that person will be responsible for organizing their state and bringing all the people together in one place to do something. Or we said 2 or 3 states, but I said we will join. Like Carolina is right around the corner. They can come to us. Florida is down the road. They can come to us, right? I actually have some monies that I put in for a similar thing. I was trying to help the Ministry of Education raise some funds. They never came through with their part, so I let it go. $4,000 and change I paid at the place here for us to come and have a big event. The people are still holding my money because COVID came and they said I can't get my money back. So we can probably use some of that funding and then we can put the money back later. But to have a major event where we can have a serious fundraiser, we'll have people on the phone doing telethon, we'll have people in face-to-face giving money, so many different things. We'll have performances, this one, that one, and raise the funds. In December of last year, I raised almost $7,000 to do Christmas parties for children in Liberia. Just like that. It was a small fundraiser. No more than 150 people were there, but we raised, I think, $7,000, just about, in 2 hours' time. So there are Liberians that want to give. Let's be honest. They're Liberian. I did a little queen contest. Every child was representing one county, and they got to speak and represent the county well. People gave. One lady gave $1,000 to one child. Can you imagine?
Wow.
She gave $1,000. I almost the $1,000 came on my cash app. I almost fell to the floor. I said, "Huh?" So I stopped. I said, "Everybody, wait! Y'all guess what? Somebody just said $1,000." I said, "Who did it? Who did it?" So we can admonish you right now. Yeah. So a lady gave $1,000. Can you imagine? Just like that. Yeah. So people want to give.
Yeah. They just want to see it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. We will put something together because we must save Liberia from itself. The education system needs to be revamped and fast. Yeah, because even I write curriculum, even the girl that was online, Corporate Law Guy, you guys will see our products coming out. We have a summer pack that we just put together. We have a website for it. I wrote a whole curriculum, come with a CD. The CD, I wrote the songs along with some children here. They're all Liberian parentage. I took these kids into the studio. We recorded the songs. A good morning song, just like they have in America, all the CDs they play in the school. Hello, a phonics song. We have everything with this curriculum. We have workbooks, we have activities, we have readers, the alphabet book from A to Z. Okay, I had the actual curriculum that goes along with it. All those things are in place. Of course, you go to the ministry, they're not going to tell you anything. I already tried that. UNICEF loves it, but UNICEF said they can't give me money unless what? They get the ministry okays it. So we're all sitting ducks. Unless we revamp this thing ourselves, it's not going to get done. That's the honest truth. Like my brother in UK who have those books about the disabled children, we can get that out. Maybe it's going to take a private sector doing a civics curriculum whereby they include your books in there, or we do some other thing where we talk about inclusion. How do you do inclusion? Maybe your books can have a whole series on inclusion. You get what I'm saying? Because if not, to get those books sold, like, it would be very difficult. But again, it might take somebody coming from private sector who's done a curriculum like that and say, my brother, bring your books, that's included in this curriculum. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So again, it falls back on us in private sector. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is our next thing on this agenda here? Let me go to it. Number 5, we said, major issues. The funds will be used for, I think we touched on some of that already. Those first 6 things that we said. I don't know if we're going to tackle all them at once. We said the teachers training, revamping the curriculum, technology, development of proper standards, getting some grants for the children who are handicapped, all those different things. So it's just a recap of what we said earlier, all the things that we want to do. And I really think having 6 things on our list is a good enough list to start with. Because if we raise $1 million, we can give maybe 10,000 here, 10,000 there, because we don't want to use all our money at one time. Maybe we start with 10,000 for each of these activities and see what that can do. Or maybe we say 20,000, I don't know, but we will raise money and we'll give to each of these. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So Dr. Kula, I would like to ask if this is possible though. Can we use this couple of minutes next to delegate responsibilities? For example, start from us, Charles, Davidson, and Williams. You're going to design how we will transfer website and transfer technology in Liberian educational system. Dr. Kula and other people go and design a program about the curriculum development, what have you. Brother Max and Cole and Perkins, you design a program how we can resolve the handicap access and other things in the system. So that way, when we have a homework to do, so we'll meet again, maybe the next 2 meetings, we can come and say, okay, this is our blueprint. So when we get the funds, we're not looking for a blueprint. We already know our budget, what to do. We have our people, we know what to do. Okay. So I suggest we identify we group ourselves now to start working.
Okay. So let's start first with the disabled. Who's going to do that? To get the rep? Who's going to put all of that together? Our brother in the UK. How you spell your full name?
Okay. Mark?
Mark Smith.
How you spell
it? You don't have my full name. I sent it the last time. It's Maxson, first name, Maxson, and then last name is KPAKIO. KPAKIO.
No, we have the list, but I'm just trying to write everybody's name down since we're doing it right now. When I remember, So I would take up the curriculum issue, revamping the curriculum. That one I can do with my eyes closed. That one's no problem.
You can add Perkins there. I think his name is
Perkins boy.
Okay, Perkins.
Perkins T boy.
So Perkins, I'm putting Perkins with curriculum. I'm putting him with disabled.
Disabled.
Yeah, disabled.
Okay. So you and Perkins.
He's on the ground. So
Okay, so I got 2 of you here. I will add my Coppola guy, the girl that was on here. She had to go. I will speak to her today to see if she
Great.
and I. And then it says, Rolita, are you still here, Rolita? Rolita? She was at work. She may have gone. I'll write her name here for this. I have another teacher friend that just retired. I already told her I'm going to call her with some information. She needs to come on board because when you retire, you got to find something else to do.
Yeah.
This might be good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you retire, then you get bored.
You got more things to do. And then for teachers training, right?
Yeah.
Our sister here, Ms. Ba, I know you say these things are not your area. So tell me where you want us to put you now. Do you want to put, because the teacher training, it could be you help us coordinate it, making phone calls, putting the location together where we have the training, making sure the people get per diem. Maybe you can help in that regard on the teachers training. What do you think?
Whatever assignment you give me, I will take it.
Okay. Okay. So I'll put you there. I'll put myself there and a couple of other teacher friends that we'll find. Stevenson.
Yeah, it's just definitely a good opportunity for me to learn. So yeah, put me there.
And Stevenson, she can do this one with her eyes closed too. So you on the right committee. She'll make it easier for you. Okay. I will talk to her. Now, technology, you're the big boys. So let's hear what you got. Who are we
Charles,
got?
Davison, and Williams.
Yeah. So Davison,
Charles, Davison, and Williams.
Charles, and Williams. I'm just gonna put last names. Okay.
Howard.
Yeah.
Charles is Howard. His last name.
Okay. Now for we got technology. Okay, the standards. Now that one will have to be teacher. So I will put standards. Dr. Stevenson can do this, but the girl that was on earlier, she's very good at this. She did it for Dubai school system. Remember, I don't know if you guys know anything about Dubai. When they first started, when they didn't have money, Dubai was horrible. They were even worse than Liberia itself. They started coming to America recruiting teachers. They even asked me about 20 years ago. I said, absolutely not, I can't go there. I'm staying here. But a lot of people did go. So 11 years ago, they brought Coppola guy, and she did everything, helping them with their standards. You should see these people education system. Oh yes, you should see the education system. Oh, she helped. She helped.
And we get all the people in Liberia. We got all the Liberian people. That's why every time I go to Europe or somewhere, I say this. We got this centennial. But we're not making use of it. We gotta see. We gotta see. We gotta see resources. So that's a valuable person like that.
Yeah, very valuable. That girl know her stuff. Yeah. Know her stuff. She helped to revamp the standards and curriculum. She worked on all the committees. Yeah. She's actually my part. When you see my website, I would drop the summer learning pack we just did for pre-K kindergarten. I did the workbook and she did the games and activities. And we put it together in a little package. We will begin to sell it at the end of May for people who want to. You're here, but we're going on focus like we're talking. If you want to sponsor a school, maybe you say I want to sponsor the kindergarten class at this school. Because me, myself, I'm buying one for every kid in one class in Liberia, one kindergarten class in Liberia. And then another person said they would buy one for every kid. Let's say the class has 30 people. And the kid is about $20 or so, or $25. Then that's the money you would spend. But if you want to buy for 2 kids, or you say I would sponsor 1 or 2 kids, you pay for it here and we deliver it in Liberia to the kids before they go out for summer break. Yeah. That's how we do it. And she and myself, we use our own money to print the books alone. To print them was a lot of money. But guess what? I like to leave my librarian. I went to my librarian publisher to publish a book. I went to my librarian printer. My cousin runs a printing press and he is printing it. All my stuff that we use is through Liberia. Even the children, like I said, we took to the studio to record the learning CD. All those kids were librarians. I gave them one little small pizza party. They were so excited. They even helped me write some of the songs. Oh yeah, these kids are 12 years old and under when we did it. The book, the alphabet book that I wrote from A to Z, the child that illustrated the book is a Liberian child. She's 15 years old. See that little girl's designs.
Look at all the type of resources.
I'm telling you. And the children did it themselves. I wanted children. I didn't want to do it for I said children must be involved in this process. And they did it. They were just happy to give something back. Even the producer of the music. The producer, the little girl, played the piano. She was 12 years, so she played the piano and we created the songs. Then I sent it to my cousin who was a music producer. He's a librarian. He produced it in his studio for free. We just gave him a little something for his time. And he produced it. Even the studio where we recorded the music is a librarian-owned studio. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? The librarian, he said, yes. I said, this one's a librarian. You might not be charging me like that. You might know where So everybody took a love offering. Yeah. We all took love offering and they did this work. All in the name of helping the Liberian school system. I will drop our website in your in the chat room. You can look there and see what we've been trying to do here. Yo.
Is it Dr. Kula speaking?
Yeah, this is me. Yeah. This is Dr. Kula.
All right, we need to talk after because I just wrote an agriculture book for children, but I need an illustrator.
Okay, I will hook you up. Don't worry.
You got the right hook up, man.
Oh yeah, I even published a book in Liberia. My publisher is a librarian in Liberia. We published it right in Liberia.
So,
He even has it on Amazon. I just haven't started selling it, but he put my stuff on Amazon through his company. But I haven't started selling it on Amazon yet. I've been too busy with other things. But this year,
do we want to give ourselves some timeline? The different subgroups.
Yes.
Yeah, and also, what are we going to be doing before the December time? What are we going to be doing? How many times?
If I may too, I want to ask you, how many committees do we have already?
6, one for each of the items that we want to tackle. And then outside of those 6 committees, we have people who are going to work on other things. So, like I said, I would do looking for the endowment person to set up the account. And then somebody else will look. We can have 2 people on it besides like me plus somebody else. It would be great so we can have more people involved.
Yeah.
And then the online market, anything online, website, flyers will be the technology team. So you guys will be looking into online marketing, how to get the flyers ready, setting up the website, blah, blah, blah. Now we need somebody who will register. And Va, I can't be calling you again because you say you're not educated. So registration, we might have to call you, my sister. We have to figure out. Maybe you can do small research. If we register in Atlanta, I know I have a girl here who can do it. We pay her a small fee, then we don't have to do it ourselves because 501c registration is a lot of paperwork. I'm not trying to do all of that. So if somebody here want to do that paperwork, we can tackle it, or we can just pay the girl that she also is a librarian. We can pay her and let her just go do her work. And she will come back to us with information. So
simple.
Yeah.
What that looks like, if you don't mind, I'll reach out to you offline. So
okay,
that'll be good. Get some direction, please. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, all right. So timeline wise, what we want to do here, we just want.
May I say something before you close out?
Oh, I didn't know you were here. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I was online.
Okay, sorry.
I know with all of what we're doing, my platform, one of my platforms is strengthening the skills of our students before they take the WAS exam, high school students,
right,
and the junior high, the WIAC. So while we're thinking that, please let us think about helping this.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to Liberia.
Hey, you're breaking Liberia, the LIB.
Because our students are relatively efficient in the WAS exam.
They are.
So I'm trying to strengthen the skills. Like I say, I'm now 6 kids, 5 of them already gone, but the 4 of them will be taking the exam this year. But we're already strengthening them and they fine. The other 2 that took the last ones, they fine, they already passed. So we have testimony. So I just want y'all to know in the back of your minds, everybody, that I would like for that to be a part of whatever we do, inclusion in strengthening the skills of these students to be able to take the WAS exam.
Okay, so sis, can we put that under maybe standards and curriculum? We can put it under there. Only reason why, because in strengthening them, we need to make sure that we're teaching the standards correctly. The students have the right standards. So if you put it under that group can also look into this WAS. Because this group that we started right now, if we can raise these funds, this WAS thing would be a very good initiative, a good project for us to give someone into work. Because at the end of the day, we can do all these things, but if the children are not ready, they're just not ready. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to get them ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we give them the standards and we prepare. This is why I don't wait until they get to the 12th grade and then I start recruiting and helping. We start from the 9th.
Yeah.
Okay. 10th grades. And this is how by the time they reach that point where they can actually go and take the exams, like we said this year, now we have 4 of them that are going to take the exams. They already strengthening in the sciences, in the math, in the English, because we have teacher volunteers from overseas, from Georgia, who come and volunteer at the time to work with them with the English portion of it. And those students, their writings have improved. I mean, it's remarkable. So, that's one of the things I really, my heart's cry is that.
So
because I'm tired of seeing some of these students sitting around here. They take the WAS, they fail in the WAS, and they cannot enter college.
Yeah,
They
that's
cannot.
terrible.
They're sitting around doing nothing, absolutely nothing.
Wow.
So Dr. Stevens, I'd like to ask this. He talking about 3 or 4 students, right? Is it in your vision? For me, I'm thinking big now because I'm thinking that you have limited capacity. That's why you cater to a limited number of people.
Exactly.
Can you envision a way where we can say, let's say, for example, we have a study class in Painesville, in St. Paul. We can ask for a school that on Saturday, students in the 9th or 12th come for tutoring in different sectors of the community.
Exactly, yeah.
Because many of them are not doing well in the WAS, so we need to help them. So if we can spread it out in different communities using existing facilities.
Yes, definitely.
We can use the auditorium because maybe 1,000 students will come and we can use the auditorium to help them. Can we think about something like that?
Oh, for sure, huh? I'm sure our answer is yes. You're coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of my visions to us to spread it out. But like you're saying, the limited capacity. So right now I have a teacher here in Liberia who he helps with the math and his science, which I pay I pay him myself out of my pocket.
Exactly.
And so right now I'm trying to recruit one in the social studies because they would definitely need a social studies and geography. Now they have added civics to the Liberian curriculum, so I need a teacher for that. And then what I do is because they go online, the church in Atlanta that I partner with, the Rainbow Baptist Church, they send me $50 every month for them to have access to the online teachers. And they also donated 4 laptops for the students. Wow. Yes. So those are some of the things that we're fighting on. We get additional laptops for the online teaching, and we provide the data. The parents don't pay anything because in Liberia, especially, once you start asking these parents, you're already struggling to pay their children's tuition. And then you go and put data requests on them and stuff. They won't be able yet. So we see that as a need.
I just want you to
so
move
we
from
make
here.
sure that all of that is provided.
Okay.
Very good.
That's
okay,
good.
we'll put
That's
that one
good.
down.
Thank you, man. That's so good.
Very good.
I'm
Okay.
praying that we'll really be a part of it because those are the students preparing for tertiary education.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so it is needed.
Okay. All right. So our last thing, then we can go to other business.
thank
Our last thing, very good, Sister Agree. Our last thing would be, how will the funds be dispersed? And I think we touched that earlier. So whichever company will be over the funds can tell us how their disbursements work. So normally what I know is kind of the endowment fund, you put the money there, it's growing, whatever it is, every month people are putting money. When we have a project that we're going to do, let's just say we said by next year, June, we want to be able to do at least 2 of these things on the agenda, or we want to be able to give money to each of these 6 things, right? So there will be a form that it will give us. We need to fill out in, and then they normally they will ask for several signatures because it will not be one person sign, because if that's the case, anybody can go take the money. It will be several of us that will have to come and sign. Once we sign the check, then the money will not be released to us, and then we take it. So we will decide when the money is released, where do we put the money? We have another account, or do they wire it straight to Liberia? Or do we want the money in US? So all those things we can later on decide. Once the company tells us how they normally do it, then we decide when the money is given to us, is it sent to another account? Is it written in the form of a check? How do we want to receive this money? And then let the company tell us how they normally do it. So do we have any ideas of how we want to receive it once it's time to take the money out? Because whoever we talk to, they will ask us, how do you want to do it? And then they will tell us how they do it.
Well, I'm thinking that once we do this registration and stuff like that, we're going to have our leadership structure that are going to be responsible for disbursement when the funds come into a local account, account that we register under the 501c. And then we have a group of people who can be signatories to that account, who are no relatives, who are no friends, everything else, And then, for example, if the curriculum development team needs funds, they submit a budget to that group, and then either they let's quote unquote say the secretariat. Let's say the secretariat order all the equipments and things that they need, or we disperse the funds to that subgroup that will order all the equipments and report back with the necessary documentation that must match penny for penny, so it can be very transparent in the process. I'm thinking that's the kind of a process we're talking about.
Yeah, that's it. You hit it on the nail. So we really have to build trust even within our own group.
Yeah.
Because when you bring those receipts, my mom runs my school on ground. Oh my God, I get tired of the receipts. Every small thing she sent receipt, I'm like, look, I don't need this. I beg you, stop. The receipts too much now. So we want to get that kind of system going that yes, we'll get tired of the receipts, but let it come so we can put it in our folder. You ever get audited by the IRS, you have it to show. You ever get audited by any of your like and say, oh, we want to know where to do our money. Well, here you go, man. And reports, right? Reports will be given. We need to do quarterly reports.
We have to have reports.
Yeah.
Have a report attached to it. They have to make sure, like you said, transparent.
Oh,
we have to make sure whatever the funding is going to, we know it's going there. We even get, maybe we will even do survey or whoever's participating, like the students or whatever, do a little survey on what they
I like,
those kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's good. It's very good.
We can have a person that is responsible to review. When I say review the report, I mean physically, for example, you give the technology people money, we say, okay, we set up the entire network or this system in this school or in this place. Well, there should be somebody independent of us that will go there and walk in and see what was done, see that it was completed according to the condition laid down by the documentation that we all developed for that project. So then they can come back directly to the secretary and say, okay, I went there and we evaluated and this is what happened. So then we match that against our report, say, okay, yes or no. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. If we ever going to apply for a grant or anything, any of those matching things, you need that report. They will always ask you for an outside report that was not done by somebody in your group. It has to be somebody that came from outside. So if we start on good footing, where we already have those things in place, we don't need to worry. Because I guarantee you, once word of this gets out, there will be organizations that will want to give to us. And we need to have those reports readily, there to show. So it's a good thing. So now, like I said, I'm only taking notes today. Maybe Vi can help us next time with the notes. I'm going to type these notes up, and then I will try to see if I can just get it to WhatsApp, or I will send it to whoever has all of the email addresses, and you can just forward it. But I will try to get this done. If not today, then by tomorrow, I will type everything we've discussed here today. We put names. Says Augury, I don't know if you heard your name, but you and I and some of the other teachers are on teachers training. I know that's your passion. So you will be leading us for teachers training. And maybe even
no
and then also when we're talking teacher standards, you will come in with the WAPS exam to give more information. So we'll type all this up, and then I will send it out. We can have it for our records, go back and forth with it. But I really think what we're about to do here is going to be a great thing. So we just stay prayed up. People will come and talk and say, oh, y'all want to do this? Yeah, but guess what? We are not talking, we're doing it. So nobody should put their mouth on us.
Lastly, I would like to ask for us to identify a name, because I want to purchase the domain name to start building the website. So we identify our name. So let's go. Let's go on the brains this morning. Y'all start thinking what we won't call it.
Oh yeah, we can use our same name, the LD education, right? The Liberian Diaspora.
Oh yeah.
Liberian Diaspora, whatever.
Yeah, Liberian Diaspora Education Foundation Fund or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so the Liberia Diaspora Education.
Let's go with fund. Yeah,
fund.
LDF.
LDF.
Oh, I like it already. It has a ring. Let me write it down. I like the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So Liberia or Liberian?
Oh. Liberia. That's for Liberian because
Liberian Diaspora Educational Fund.
That's for Liberian because the others there's cities named Liberia. So
so Liberian. Okay.
So do we want to say education or educational fund? It should be just education, right? It can go both ways. So Liberian Diaspora.
Yeah, do either education fund is there, doesn't matter.
But yeah,
Diaspora
which one?
education.
Maybe
Education.
we are
Let's use
adding the
education.
Okay,
Because
okay. So we'll go-
education is long.
Yeah, exactly. That's another
I
thing.
think if we are adding, because we are adding fund at the end, we
Yeah.
are adding the fund at the
That one good
just
thing
use
we're good at in Liberia, we're good at
Make it
making
long.
acronyms with long acronyms.
That we ourselves can't even remember. Sometimes I be like,
Right.
what was that thing called again? Yeah, okay. So we got it now. It's LDEF. I love it.
LDEF.org.
Yes, I
Okay.
love it.
So-
Liberian Diaspora Education Fund. And it says augury, right? For your the thing that you do with the students when you engaging them for the test. Do you have any pictures of like somebody working with the kid?
Yeah.
Because we need pictures for the
I
website,
got
guys.
tons of pictures. I got
Great.
tons of pictures. I'm
Okay.
building my website now.
Okay,
and
very good.
I have lots of pictures. I have lots of pictures.
Yeah. So what those of
I
us who are
can
already doing
share
things
with-
on ground. Yeah, let's
Yeah, I
share
can
those
share
pictures. Yeah, and then he can put it on the site. So
Yeah,
as
I
you're
can
building this
share my
website,
pictures
we
with
can have
you.
some pictures.
And
David,
I
I'm sure David,
also-
yeah.
I also have another thing that I do is not education. I mean, it's in line with education, but it's assistance. Well, we have souls for school where we
Oh, I
we
know
buy
that.
shoes for some
Shoes.
children
Yeah, I heard about
because
that before.
their
Yeah.
parents don't have money for the children to go to school. Go to some of the schools, the children don't
Mhm,
have the
mhm.
requisites. So I go and we purchase
Yes.
shoes and we take it to the especially at the elementary level. We take it to the elementary
Yeah.
levels to the children and give them
Mhm.
shoes and the socks to go along with it for you know, for
Exactly.
this. So those are some of the things.
And you know,
that
and
we-
yeah.
The needs in our
Eh,
country are so
Yeah,
big.
it's so big, my sister. And one of the other things I was thinking, even with this endowment fund, is specifically for schools. But I think eventually when we begin to do interviews to tell people about what we're doing, I think those of us that have
Right.
individual projects, like for me with my curriculum, one of the things I would like to do as I sell these curriculums, I would give $1 to this education fund so that we can encourage other business owners to do the same thing. So apart from me giving money already as an individual, my business can give money. Especially those who have businesses in America, they know they can use it as a tax write-off if they want. But you can say,
Right,
for
right.
every whatever sold, I would give $10. For every whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that we begin to engage our businesses. Guys, let's do this for education. If you know what I'm saying, your business can also give. So you're doing it individually, we're doing it for our businesses. So many things. Those children in Liberia need us, and y'all know good and well government can't do this job. Only we with the wherewithal are able to do it. So we got to figure out the way forward. And I think we need to, any way we can encourage people to give, we'll try it.
Okay.
All right, Charles?
So
Yes.
soon,
Yeah.
so soon, yeah, I'm coming, sir. So soon, this week, please check the chat room. If your number is not in the chat room, please send it into Williams or Siskula so that she can send it to William for him to add you to the chat room. He's the chat room administrator.
Right.
This week, I'm going to put in there an email address that we will send all of our materials to, because
Very
we're going to
good.
have
Very
our
good.
own custom email address.
I
We're
see.
going to have 80 email addresses to share around,
My
custom
people.
build. So we can have, the chairman, whoever, the different group, everybody can have the email addresses that we need to use, because I want us to keep our data in one place. So I'm setting
Yes.
up our own mail server here. I'm doing, as I speak to you, I'm setting up the server right now. So when I get a domain name, we're going to have a custom email address to send everything to. Then
It's a Charlie that talk and do.
yeah, then we decide
I know, I like it.
who we want to give email addresses to. Again, we have 80 email addresses to play with. So there we are until we start getting our content. So between now and Wednesday, I will have the domain name posted in the chat room. And I mean the email address. It will be support@ldef.org, but it's going to come about. And let me get it.
Let me tell you, I like this group already. I don't have to do all the work myself. Everybody got a specialty. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's good like that. It's good. And another thing we could do, we can, so that everybody knows what everybody's doing. If you are doing something notable in Liberia, or even if you think it's not notable, we think it's notable, please just drop it in the chat room, your name, a couple of things. If you want us to see your website, you drop it there so we can know what each other's doing. Maybe you got something that I might need. I might have something that you might need, but we share, because at the end of the day, we're a team, right? And we're just trying to build education system in Liberia. So let's try to share some information of what we're doing and how we can all rally around, you know, that kind of stuff. But I think it would be good for us to share our information. Yeah.
Okay.
One baby on the call now. She tells us it's time to get off this phone.
Yeah, I know that my son, he's enjoying it. I'm sorry, I forgot to put on mute. He's eating his applesauce and he's enjoying it. That's why he's making that sound.
Okay, he's enjoying it.
I thought he's giving his input on that.
Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah,
learning. The man is learning. The man is learning now.
He learning. He
So
learning.
now he can do it. Our brother Max, your hands is up.
Right.
Your hands is up.
No, I think yeah, you just talked about it. I just wanted to suggest a custom made email address, but you said you already.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sending the mail server now. The mail server will take me about 24 hours to come and go live. As soon as I go live, I'll get a domain name and then we're ready to rock and roll.
I said, our people will be proud of us. So it says you're moving like a speed of lightning. I got to join you again because we got to register the 501c.
Yeah.
So we will figure out this week. We'll collect all the information and we'll just be put in the chat room so everybody can know where we are. Va, I'll work with Va so we can get it together. I will talk to the girl who normally does the 501c to see how best she can help us. We'll get prices, we get all those things. I know we all got things we're doing, but I really think if we register this 501c and we begin this process now, you'll be surprised the amount of money we can raise very quickly. Yeah. Right now, everybody is looking for the diaspora to do something. Yeah. Just the other day, some guy came from South Africa. They had a little tournament. I mean, a little, what do you call it, surfing tournament in, what do you call that place? Robertsport. Right now, I just saw a new article by CNN. That thing about to get big. People will be looking to come to Liberia. A lot of Caucasian people, I'm even thinking now to do a major event there in December.
I don't see any.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Hess already talking about what can we can do
in Africa.
Yeah, they said like Liberia has some of the best surfing waves
in the world. They do.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, we will capitalize off of that. When we have a tournament there, we can have all our information. We can go, the children can pass out flyers for us.
The internet is horrible.
Yeah, it's okay. The children can pass out flyers for us. So even the guests and visitors coming in, we can even talk to the government to give us space at the airport. We can put a big sign in the airport that says Liberia, educational, Liberia Diaspora Education Fund. So when people come in, they can see it, that our website will be there. So we need visibility. We can get it done in Liberia, in America, because right now I'm going to put it on all my websites. Once we get this thing going, you get us a flyer. I'll put it on I got to put the sites. I'll put it on my website. So anybody coming to my site, you will see it. And all of us can do the same thing on our pages. Yeah.
Once we get the structure of the flyer, I can do the flyers anytime.
Yeah. And then the other thing, the beauty of hiring this girl to do our paperwork for us, she doesn't just do it, she will do the bylaws, she will do everything. So we don't have to be wasting our time on this and that, because that's a specialty is 501Cs. 501C registration. Cool. Yeah, so I will talk with her today, see if she can get us a cheaper price. And then I will talk with Bob separately, and then we can come up with something, how best we think we should do it. So if we can get registered by maybe next week or something, and then the website ready by a week or so, 2 weeks or whatever, then we release the website to everybody. Those people will know we're serious. They will know we're really serious.
For this is just a side note for those of you who, because all of us have that problem and we used to live by the internet. I'm just going to make this recommendation to you. You can research it yourself because I uses it. I travel, and then because of the services I provide, I got to have 24 access unlimited to my customer systems and devices like that. So I bought this device and it's been doing me well. I have not carried to Liberia yet, but I took it to Ghana, Nigeria, Eastern, Kigali, and Uganda. But let me just put a name in there. Take a look at it. It's a mobile hotspot. You pay as you go. You buy the device. It is reasonable. You can take up to 10 devices, phone, printers, whatever it is. Yeah, through it. So I'm going to put the name in the chat here. You guys can go and take a look at it and see if you can like it. But you can go and visit it and visit the site and see if you like it. It's called the Solace Wi-Fi.
Classes for the children to come in the afternoon. We have computers. We can't even run our computers. When I was in town, I used to have a computer class I was running free of charge. I can't even do that. I can't do none of that because there's no stable internet. Even as I'm speaking to you, my mother went this morning. I sent her to get some kind of box. Those people say they can't come that far but we're near the airport. The airport has internet, but we don't. So they say, oh, they're still trying to get out there, but they got some new box. So if you can test it out in Liberia, please let us know as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is the device.
Yeah.
You can see my screen. I just put the name in there. This is the device here. It's simple. You can go in your purse, in your pocket, everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it uses a SIM card also.
Yeah.
Or using Europe, North and South America, Asia, Africa, Australia. So when you go in, you carry your own.
China most.
Oh, okay. You carry your own internet with you wherever you go. You got control. That's what I use.
Yes,
so when I go there, I mean, I got access to 10 devices connected to it. And so I got my laptop, I got my phone,
you need to go try the
camera, everything. So let's think about it. I will test it in Liberia. I'm getting one to send to Liberia soon. Once the footprints of the satellite is covering Liberia, I will let you guys know that we can think about it too, especially for that school that is doing the study class for the teachers.
Yes. Yeah. That would be great. Okay, cool. This is awesome. Okay, so anybody else has anything else before we close?
I saw Mike's hand still up. Mike, you still want to talk or you just forgot?
No, I forgot to bring my hands down. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay.
So I happened to me last week.
Yeah, I know, but I was laughing at you. I said, she said she didn't want to come down. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, man.
So our next meeting is scheduled for.
Let's get a date. Let's get a date.
Give ourselves 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was just
I
thinking
think
about
so.
that. 2 weeks, so we can work. So we're talking about what, the 4th of June? Because next Saturday is the 28th, the following one is the 4th of June.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we can try in the morning. Yeah, we can try it.
At the same time.
Do it for it, same time. Let's just do it early.
Give us enough time to call people to join and work and do everything and make sure that they're
Okay.
Yeah.
For June 4th.
And then those who are not able to be part today, we can also tell them what.
Exactly. That's what we should do.
Okay. So just for us to be informed, just quick overview. Let us get ready because what I'm going to do, and I'm working on that as I speak, for our media, for our technology side, we're going to graduate to our own live streaming channel. We're going to have our own live streaming channel. So people will see us doing live. Of course, YouTube and Facebook, all those things, we're going to have them connected to it. So when we go live, people can see or they can get in and see what we're doing because we want to be transparent. We'll be able to do our own broadcast, and we may get to the point where we may not be able to use Zoom. If I can fix that, we'll have our own meeting platform. So,
but we're not ESO.
Don't pray for me.
We're not ESO. We're not ESO.
I am loving this group.
Okay. And our website, we're going to have unlimited pages, videos, everything unlimited, the content.
Oh my gosh.
So if you want to advertise your business or your organization, we can add a page there for you also because it's all part of the support. So
exactly,
what we're doing.
We
just need your link and your logo and a few words, and we'll create your thing and put it there for you. We'll be able to do that. Okay. And so that will be Dr. Kula. Your responsibility will be to give us the names of all those who need email addresses. So I can
yes. Okay. We'll find
I can create them.
Okay, we'll get it together.
So
but for right now, I think all of us here.
Yeah.
Right. So I know I would need one. Dr. Stevens would need one. You, of course, would need one. Davis, Dr. Davidson, everybody here right now.
Okay.
Mr. Max, everybody, we can get that, especially the people over the committees. Those people who, they will definitely need one.
Okay. So when I put the email address in the chat, everybody can email the way they want their email to look like. The first part of it, John Brown @ so if you want Williams or E. Williams or CF Kula or just Dr. Kula, how you want it. When I put an email address in there, please send an email to that email, how you want your email address to look like in the first tech of it. So I can design it and have it go out, and we all can move in. And if God help me, we can move into Microsoft Teams. I know all of us are use Teams. So we can start to share documentation and do work together in there at the same time. I hope we can move to that stage. We got to move this thing. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. That's it for me.
That's it. Okay. It's a good meeting. So
thank you.
Yes, okay.
So our
Our
next week is June 4th.
Yeah,
June
June
4th,
4th. Yeah, June
8
4th.
a.m.
8
Eastern.
a.m.
Okay.
Same time.
All right.
Eastern.
For
All
the
right, cool.
guy, for the Australian person, I think now it's so late there because
Yeah.
it's, I think it's like
But
12,
he knew the
12 minutes.
time. No, he told me he was
Yeah,
coming on. He's only 10 hours ahead. It was
no,
going to be 6 o'clock. They're only 10 hours.
I think he missed the
Yeah.
time because
He missed,
now
yeah.
in Australia it should be midnight because for China and Australia is like they are ahead of us like 2 hours, and now it's 10 p.m. here,
It's,
so it's
yeah.
like 12 midnight there. So that's why I think. So
Oh,
the
okay.
Yeah.
meeting started at 8 time and it was
8
already
a.m.
10 Australia. Yeah.
Okay. So we try to
So,
work.
yeah.
We try to work with him or her to see if we can get them reminded, to join the meeting next time.
Yeah, exactly.
The coffee and then come.
Mhm.
We can get it.
Yeah.
Because we need them. We have a lot of Liberians in Australia. A lot.
Oh, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot. Yes.
Community.
A whole
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Big
we'll work on
community.
it. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So thanks.
Okay,
Except
well,
for China where we are almost
Wow,
together.
this is
yes.
good. This is so good. So
Yeah. Dr. Stevens, can you close us in prayer? She's there?
No, she's not here now. She's not here. She said
Okay.
her internet had problems.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can somebody close us? Who want to close us?
let us pray.
Yes.
God, we thank you so much for the work that we're doing. You said in your word that you will bless the work of our hands. So we ask you, God, that everything that we do here, you will guide us, you will show us the way, you will provide for us, and you will bless the work of our hand. Bless everyone that's contributing here, and let everything run successfully, oh God. Give us the strength, the wisdom as we go along. We say thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Man.
Amen.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you. Have a
Amen.
nice
Thanks.
week.
You guys have a
And
good
have a nice
weekend.
weekend.
Yes. Thank you. Val will be
And you
expecting
can,
your call.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
and-
Take care
and-
now. Okay. Bye. Bye, guys.
maybe they just send the recording in the group.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, please. This was a
Yes.
great meeting. Let's send that
Okay.
recording. Yeah.
All
Okay.
righty.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.